The opportunity to participate and be a leader in Children First was a really unique experience to have as a young person, and I think that it was very empowering, and it's something that I really enjoy telling people about.
I really think of Children First as
a mindset, first and foremost.
Is more of a philosophy or a framework, kind of a foundational background. It might be hard to kind of understand that first time that we're talking to someone about what Children First is, but it's more of an initiative.
Children First is a partnership between business, education, health, city, and faith communities.
To really focus on
attributes that we believe that children need to have in order to become successful adults.
My favorite asset is parents being involved with kids in school.
My favorite asset is reading, because ever since I was little I used to read a lot with my mom and my little sister.
Other adult relationships.
youth programs.
adult mentors or adult role models.
One asset I really like is asset number 37, interpersonal competence.
A sense of purpose.
My favorite asset is positive view of personal future.
My favorite asset would have to be in the positive values category, and it's caring.
Assets made a difference in my life because
I think they've just, as a whole, kind of shaped who I am.
I think I am the man I am today because of the lengths that so many people in my life when I was growing up went to building assets in me.
they made me who I am today. I don't know how else to put it. I was really lucky to be able to grow up in St. Louis Park.
Assets make a difference because kids determine a community's future.
I've really learned that generally that the community values youth is so important.
I think because I know about assets today, it will help me in the long term in college.
Having all these assets would make me as successful as a person as I could be.
In teaching journalism at a local middle school, that's obviously a really important age for development.
You start to pay attention to the youth around you and what you see in them and your interactions with them and what that does for them and what that means to them.
Assets made a difference to me because
it really allowed for me to be able to express my voice and to interact with people who also felt like they could express their voices.
And I grew up in a community where I knew I was supported, where I knew there were people in my cheering squad, where I knew my classmates were cared for, that they had people in their community, in their home, in their classrooms that cared for them too.
I think if you really truly look at it, a young person can notice that if they have a lot of assets, they're going to be more successful, more well-rounded, more balanced.
My adult friends when I was growing up made sure that I was included in decision making, that they were positive role models on me.
Within the Children First community, my group of friends, me and 3 other girls, were known as the Fab Four.
Recently I joined Y Mentors with the YMCA University.
And there's 4 of us, we were best friends, and we started going to Vision Team meetings very regularly in 6th grade.
I realized when I went to the training that they talked a lot about Children First, and they're like, where did it start from? And obviously I was the one raising my hand every time because I knew all the answers.
We were kind of known as this foursome for our very strong personalities and just general passion for what we were doing.
I personally volunteer at Courage Center. I'm building assets in young kids with disabilities.
I was a male nanny for 3 young boys, ages 2.5, 5, and 7.
And I've also got an opportunity to spend a lot of time with my cousins who are now 8 and 11.
There were all sorts of opportunities for me to build assets in these young rambunctious boys.
I remember doing that with babysitting, trying to figure out what they like, going from there.
Now that I've been out in the world,
It's become such a conditioned part of who I am now that I don't necessarily even quantify asset building as asset building.
You probably have to set high expectations for yourself to get as far as you can in life.
And the 40 developmental assets will forever be in the back of my mind, of course, when raising my first child. And
I know that I've never felt so integrated into the community as I did in St. Louis Park.
I know that St. Louis Park was an amazing place to be raised.
I'd like to just say thank you for my experience from Children First, because I really feel that having had Children First and all the opportunities it gave me, it made me who I am today, and successful with relationships with adults, relationships with my husband, my coworkers, and I do owe Salem Sparks.
Children First.
Your kids,
my kids,
our
our
kids.